Final Fantasy XIV's community has a light side and a dark side. The light side you might see in-game. The dark side is the Fanatical fandom that basically is unleashed outside of the Final Fantasy XIV game. Now, you're probably like, what are you talking about, Legacy? I'm talking about the Fanatical fanboys of Final Fantasy XIV. They seem to prowl in forums. They seem to prowl underneath the comment section of YouTube videos of content creators that basically criticize Final Fantasy XIV. If you criticize Final Fantasy XIV, you will be met with a lot of these fanboys that is willing to defend Square Enix's Final Fantasy XIV to the death. And when I say to the death, I mean like they're gonna be threatening your life, not the other way around. Like, it's insane. I think these people have mental issues that they need to address, because Final Fantasy XIV is not a perfect MMO. Therefore, people are going to have that thought process, the process of, hey, this game has this wrong with it, and I'm going to point it out. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV fandom would be like, no, you are wrong, the game is perfect, fuck what you have to say. Now, I want to look back about a year ago, over a year ago. There was an incident with a YouTuber named Lazy Peon that actually covered Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers when Shadowbringers was at its all-time hype. He decided to jump in there. Now, he made some mistakes. The biggest mistake that he could have made was literally buying his way to in-game. That's what he did. He reviewed Final Fantasy XIV and basically said that it's boring at in-game on Shadowbringers. That was met with nothing but brutality from the Final Fantasy fanatics, okay? Now, it was later found out that he purchased a main scenario quest skip to in-game, and that really set off the fandom. That video, it was literally thumbs down, bombed to death. They filled up the comment section with nothing but insults, and it was just insane. Even his own fandom, he had what, over 400k subscribers. Even his fandom that probably wasn't fans of Final Fantasy XIV, they couldn't defend his ass. Later on, it was also found out that he was being threatened on Twitter, which led to the takedown of that Final Fantasy XIV video. And I'm like, are you serious? The community is that sick to where they'll threaten somebody's life over a video that they posted, over a game that they love so much. Or, well, the fanatic. That is insane. What's wrong with you people? And I'm asking this from a personal stance. What is wrong with you? How is it that you love a game so much that you are sitting here threatening somebody's life over a video game? Last time I checked, you can't fuck a cat girl in real life. Cosplay doesn't count. Like, what's wrong with you people? You guys need to literally go sit down in front of a therapist and talk to them. There's something going on in your real life. There really is. Like, you need help. You really do. I understand that people love gaming. They love whatever game they happen to love. They love whatever franchise they happen to love, no matter what it is, whether it's a model, whether it's a piece of equipment. There's going to be fandom of almost anything. And with the way social media is nowadays, you can be a fan of literally anything. But people have to realize that just because somebody else sees that specific game or product or whatever it is differently doesn't mean that it gives you the right to quote unquote defend and insult these people, abuse these people verbally or even physically. Okay, we're human. We're all human. And the way that the Final Fantasy XIV fandom acts is inhuman, which is a concern. But it's easy to ignore them and categorize them as what they are, and that is basically inhuman, insane people. So what I'm trying to say is, the fanboys, you guys need to calm down. You really need to calm down. The game is a fun game, but it's not perfect. And when people criticize Final Fantasy XIV, it's not for you to go and unleash a can of whoop ass on them because they insulted your favorite game in the world. All right? It's your boy Legacy. You guys have a blessed day. bro.